Hello, hello, hello. What is good, everyone? Appreciate everyone for stopping by on this fine Sunday. I'm very excited because we got One Piece. We got One Piece once again. You know, the best-selling manga in history, of course. But what I'm most excited about is that we are... It sounds weird that I'm almost saying I'm excited about it, but I am. We're out of God Valley, which is already insane that any of that happened. That's kind of wild. But because we're out of God Valley, we're now in completely uncharted territory when it comes to either Loki or Herald and all this Elbaf history stuff, which also is really cool and really compelling. Now, is losing Rocks, really just that sucks. That sucks. I think we all knew he was going to die anyway. Obviously, some people theorize he's not dead. Personally, even though I'm a pretty no body, no death guy, he's got to be dead. He's got to be. But what has me very intrigued is whether this chapter is going to be reacting to all the stuff that happened with God Valley, seeing a bunch of different points of view, which is already going to be really cool, or if it's going to be us just following Harold after what happened at the end of the last chapter with him willingly saying, like, oh, I'll be a slave for Elbaf to be seen as an equal part of the world government, or at least a part of it in general. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I am thoroughly excited for what's going to be happening in this chapter. So I don't really have any, well, I guess those are my expectations, I'm excited. I genuinely am very intrigued on where it's going to go. Not certain how we're, what path we're taking. If we follow Harold immediately again, that'd be cool. If not, that's also, I get that. Because we did see, like, Shanks on Roger's ship. We saw, we saw Shanks on Roger's ship. We saw, well, obviously all the stuff with Harold. There's other stuff we saw as well. Oh, we saw Dragon with Garp, which was also great. Probably, in my opinion, probably Dragon's best moment in the series so far, which is kind of crazy because, this is him as, like, a teenager, and he's already talking that talk, which is awesome. But, yeah, I think we're probably going to follow Harold and Loki, probably Hyruden as well if Loki's there. So that's my general expectations. If we do see what the other Rocks pirates are up to, that'd be cool too, but I think Oda wants to leave that a mystery for the most part. Because we obviously know what a lot of them will be up to, but characters like Wang Ji, we don't really know what he's up to in the modern story. A lot of people theorize he's Caribou's dad. I completely believe this theory. And we know Blackbeard beat him for something. So what? A lot of intrigue here. So I'm very excited. One Piece chapter 1167 is right here. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad. Alright, awesome. So the chapter's called Ida's Sons. Now Ida's actually a really, really good mom character, so of course, we gotta kill her off. Gotta kill her. She's too positive. She's, oh my god. Okay. I'm making a little prediction here. It could easily happen, but I'm just gonna say it now. Because Ida's so, like, kind and welcoming and sweet, and she wants Loki to be happy. And of course, this will probably have a lot of focus on Loki then, and Loki not having his dad around because his dad is doing something. I don't know if his dad is actually gonna become a slave. Don't know. We're not gonna get into that. It's highly possible. But with Loki not having his dad around, and he already didn't for like years, maybe he'll finally warm up to Ida and then she'll die. The classic Oda. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Very, very much expecting this to be sad. Mom piece as always. So I'm very excited. All right, Ida's Sons. So we have this awesome Little cute drawing here of this cat. Sorry, my throat's kind of weird today. We're at Kokiyashi Village, which is cool. We see Nojiko and Genzo, which is cool. With this cute little cat stealing a book. Obviously, they probably are reminded of Nami, so Genzo's crying. Very cute. Very cute. I love this. And it says here, Gen and Nojiko scolding a cat trying to steal a book, but they're not really mad. By the ideal Sanji. That's funny. Alright. Alright, we're going to do single page just like last time, because that just makes sense to me. You know, we've been getting a lot of crazy panels thanks to God Valley. I kind of like the single page structure we've been doing throughout the past few chapters. I think I might just stick with it. So, let's get into it. Also, if you are watching this as a VOD, please consider liking, commenting, all that. It helps get in the algorithm. Alright. Alright. Here we go. 33 years ago. 5 years after God Valley. Alright. We were all freaking out that there were pirates off the coast when all of a sudden... And this is Big News Morgan's reporting on some people. An enormous figure appears out of the mist behind him. Oh, and that's talking about Emu. That's got to be Emu, right? Because if this is talking about God Valley. Alright. Seafloor prison impel down. Okay, so there's a bunch of prisoners talking about it. Alright, kaboom. And the next thing I knew, the ship was in splinters. We were sunk in a matter of seconds. Yeah, by a Neptunian, right? No. It was like human. Wait, there's no way that this is actually... Okay, so a lot of people theorized, right? What happened with Emu and Saturn in the last chapter is actually like the end of Thriller Bark monster, big monster thing. Is this actually happening right now? That would be insane, because pirates off the coast destroyed that. I would just imagine God Valley, but now we're talking about it was like human, Neptunian. It was like human. So it was in the ocean. There's this dude that looks like an oyster. We've seen this guy before. We have seen this man before. I feel like we have. Whoa. Let me get some water. That was crazy. So we see another reporter. And did this event take place in the Florian Triangle? There's no shot. There's no shot. Alright. Not even close. You think there's any fish worth catching out there? We don't go near it. All I can say is, it was a monster in human form. If we cut to Emu on the next page... Oh. This is definitely Harold. So it's not the Florian Triangle. So this is Harold. At this time, the countries of the Grand Line were abuzz with a frightening rumor. A tale of a lurking monster that struck its targets, mostly pirate ships, from the deeper mists out at sea. This seems like the Florian Triangle monster, though. It does. Like, it does seem like that theory, which is very interesting. In truth, this monster, they put quotes, was Harold. Put to the people on the sea who'd never seen a giant before. But to the people on the sea who'd never seen a giant before, the experience was pure terror. As a part of his sworn oath of 1,000-year atonement, Harold assisted the Navy's efforts to uphold order. Oh, so he's destroying pirates. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So he's not technically a slave. He's kind of just working with them in order to atone for his sins or whatever. Interesting. Okay. Oh, speaking of the rocks, all right, we're seeing a bunch of them. We're seeing a bunch of them. Meanwhile, oh, this is so cool. The pirates who scattered to the winds after God Valley would grow in power over the next decade or two until they reached their primes and became the faces of their era. This panel of Big Mom is sick. I don't know. I love how like unhinged she looks. It's really cool. Oh my god. Sorry guys, my sinuses are like really clogged today, I guess. I don't know. Whoa. Alright. This is very cool. Oh, Wang Xi! Wang Xi, literally, okay. Oh, Wang Xi now has a big scar on his face. I don't remember him having that. Hold on. I don't remember him having the scar. I'm gonna look it up. He did not. The scar is new. The scar is new. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright. All the while, as the pirates around them focused on claiming territory, one crew achieved the seemingly impossible. It succeeded in circumnavigating the globe. The crew led by the king of the pirates, Gold Roger. And of course, this is a newspaper article. Oh, it's weird that it's... Oh, it is a newspaper article, I guess. Because we followed Morgan's at the beginning. The crew led by the king of the pirates, Gold Roger. When he was captured sometime later and publicly executed, the world government assumed it would serve as a demonstration of their strength. However, the allure of his massive fortune, the One Piece, sent the world into an era of frenzied madness. I really like that. I really like that. That Morgan's has said that the One Piece is his fortune. Because, alright, so this is going to sound kind of dumb, but whatever. In the 4Kids thing, it's like, I left it all there in one piece. So that, to me, always gave the vibe of... And, like, I didn't, you know, obviously watch it when I was a kid. But that's just so interesting to me, you know? Like, that I left it all there in one piece. Like, all of his treasure is there. That probably is what led to the idea that in many of these pirates' points of view, the One Piece is like this infinite treasure trove kind of thing. Which is cool. I like that. The allure of his massive fortune, the One Piece, sent the world into an era of frenzied madness. That's so cool. Like, I don't know. I really like that. I really like that because I'm assuming this is from Morgan's point of view. Because he called him Gold Roger. So we know the government is impacting this narration somehow. It's not Goldie Roger. It's Gold Roger. And then his fortune, the One Piece. Like, the One Piece is his fortune. But a lot of us don't think that. I don't know. That's very interesting to me. Very interesting. Alright. Okay. Okay. To counteract the arrival of the unforeseen great era of piracy. Sorry, I saw a giant in the panel. I thought giant. Navy headquarters recruited over a dozen giants from various regions in the hopes of bolstering their ranks. That's cool. Harold, meanwhile, who had been faithfully serving as a tool of the Navy. So this is Marie Joie. So he's in Marie Joie somehow. An ancient giant, they say. It was huge. I won as a slave. Oh my god. The little like wee sound effects are crazy. Who had been faithfully serving as a tool of the Navy, was finally given official access to the Holy Land this year. Okay, I guess he's going to the Reverie. A Shallow's Covenant. Oh my god, he looks massive, because that's the Gorosei, but he's massive. Oh my god. And he's literally like crisscross. If he was standing, he'd probably be through the building. A Shallow's Covenant. Indeed. Oh! Oh, what? The Shallow's Covenant is like Is that the tattoo that Shanks had? You are now a trusted weapon of the Holy Knights of God. A devoted blade. It's an honor. And this is going to be how he got possessed. In Elbaf. Because a lot of people think that's what happened. He got possessed by Emu. And then... Okay. Okay, whoa. Alright, we're getting some lore. The Covenant has 3 stages. The Shallows Covenant is but a mere trace of a bond. But the Depths Covenant and Abyssal Covenant are reserved for only 13 exclusive individuals who can enter into a contract with the true God. What is this God you speak of? If the day should come that you are made a proper knight, then you will know the truth in the depths of the world. And is that when Elbaf will be allowed to join the government? This is crazy! Of course, Harold. It will be announced to the world, and you will be welcomed. I am grateful for this honor. I'll do anything you ask of me. He's so sincere. This is crazy. Okay. Okay, this is crazy. So there's levels to this game. Okay. The Depths Covenant and the Abyssal Covenant are reserved for only 13 exclusive individuals who can enter into a contract with the true God. Okay, let's think about this. So, I'm going to take a wild guess. If there's 3 stages, the God's Knights have the second one, and the Gorosei have the third one, right? So that's interesting. So at this point, 5, and then Garling, and then some of the other God's Knights. I don't remember how many there were. So that to me means there are 8 God's Knights. No, but that doesn't... Does that make sense? There's the Menmayer one, Skull 1, Garling, Girl with Sword, Laser Girl, Weird Monster Guy. Were there 8 of them? Were there actually 8 of them? Hold on. Were there 8 of them? I'm so intrigued. Like, this is actually very interesting to me. I think it was 64 where it showed all the God's Knights, right? No, it was before. It was probably... It was the one where they showed all the crew. So let's do 61, and if not that, 62. Might just be 60. Yeah, I think it's 60. Oh, Gunko. Gunko, obviously. Alright. Okay, here we go. Oh, Sommers. Oh my god. How could I forget him? Alright. Yeah, there's 7 here. Oh, okay. Wait. So at this time right here, so there's Weird Monster Guy, Laser Girl, Skull Dude, Sommers, Garling, Manmayer, and Girl with Sword. So that's 7. There are 7 of them. Gunko is not a God's Knight. She's one of these devoted blade people. Interesting. So there are 7 God's Knights here. Plus the Gorosei. So that's 12. So there's a God Knight not here in this group. Very interesting. Okay, very interesting. So these are... I mean, a lot of these are... You know, Sommers is still alive. And now we know Gunko is one. Oh my god. Killingham is one. And Shamrock is one. So that's 4. We know 4 of them. And Garlig's now one of the Gorosei. So that's... There are 9 that we know of. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, this is really cool. This is really cool. This is generally probably the most I've been interested in these God's Knights. Because now there's like a hierarchy to them. Which I think is cool. It makes them feel more impactful. Alright. I think the Abyss Covenant is probably for the Gorosei. But it says both of them are reserved. But I mean, it could be like those two are general are reserved and like one is reserved for, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, but he looks so sincere. He looks so sincere. I'm grateful for this honor. I'll do anything you ask of me. Alright, new place. Shangara. The Knight's Temple. Land of the Gods. Oh, Garling. Garling looks cool now. He's got like, his beard is starting to come in. What is the Great One thinking? Is that Shanks? Is that actually Shanks? Oh, this is there's no way that's actually Shanks. But he looks exactly like him. That has to be Shanks. Oh, this is crazy. Why is Shanks here? Why is Shanks here? Okay. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Now, but that makes... Would Shanks have had the tattoo as a kid? Maybe. I mean, he was Garling's son. Maybe. But, like, if Shanks got the tattoo to get information on them, and then he got his arm taken off just so he knew the information, like, that would be so crazy. Okay. So there's a lot of people here. It looks like a lot of Celestial Dragons, though. Not God's Knights. Okay, Sommers is here. Possibly Shanks. No, it can't. Can it be Shanks? Can it be Shanks? I don't even know. It's probably Shamrock. Because if that's the case, that means Shanks got the scar from Blackbeard, like, as an adult. Which is also kind of crazy. Okay. Sorry, I'm very frazzled right now. Alright. So Garling at this point is still one of the God's Knights. That's obvious. What is the Great One thinking? Can the King of Elbath actually take orders? Of course. Your word is my command. We will call you if we need you. Keep a long-distance transponder snail on your person. You are free to visit the lower world, but you will not speak a word of what goes on here. Understood. Okay, this might be Shanks then. Because that here, you are free to visit the lower world, but you will not speak a word of what goes on here. That's interesting. Understood. Fishman Island. Ho ho ho. Bala ha ha. It's been too long since I had such a good laugh, Neptune. This is crazy. The same, my friend. The same. We have too many troubles on our minds. Neptune. Man, this is crazy. First of all, no, I very much doubt your son is some kind of demon child. I mean, can he possibly be worse than you were? Well, when you put it that way. Actually, a fortune teller told me that I would receive a daughter 4 years from now. What do you say? We can betroth your Loki to my daughter. What is going on? Oh, there's that whole theory that they're connected to. This is kind of crazy. This is okay. That's actually really crazy. Because people have been speculating, like, oh, what if it's Shirahoshi on the snail? And now they're talking about each other. That's crazy. Alright. He might know, though. He might know the theories. Forget about it. Listen, I'm not talking about any ordinary mermaid. Supposedly, she might be born with wild, disruptive powers. In that case, It sounds like a match made in heaven. Let's have a toast to the future of my little brat and your shaggy daughter. What? That year? What is that year? Oh, same year. Why would they say that year? All right. That year, Owl Library, Elbaf. Of course you could settle down here, Saul. I appreciate that. But I wanted to ask you something. Oh, Ripley and Scopper are here too. What's that? Would you join with the educated of Elbaf and open a school here? A school, huh? Sounds nice. No way. No way, Fisher Tiger? This is insane. What is going on? Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. This is insane. Oh my god. I need that. Alright. 15 years ago, there was a shocking incident in Sacred Marie-Joie. This is nuts. My slaves have escaped. They've broken their cages open. Get out. Hurry. You want to spend your life in chains? This is unreal. Fisher Tiger. And we're seeing him as a slave as well. We see the cuff on him. There's no way. That's Shanks. Dude, that's Shanks. That's... Okay. Damn it. You a knight of God? I've left the armory unlocked. Here's how to get there. Wait, this is insane. That is Shanks. Is that gunpowder? Hurry, sister. Sandersonia. Someone's come. They're fighting for us. We can escape this hell. Hurry, Koala. We're getting out of here. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so peak. This incident, caused by the future captain of the Sun Pirates, Fisher Tiger, was known as the ransacking of Sacred Marie-Joie. That was awesome. I am so happy I did not get that spoiled. That was amazing. Alright, so that's Shanks. There's no way this isn't Shanks. That means Shanks went back to be a god's. What is going on? Okay. Sounds like it was quite the night. We're thinking someone from our side might have opened up the armory to them. So we're looking for the rat. Okay. Guys, I'm going to be so serious. Guys. So you're telling me, because that was definitely Shanks, right? That was definitely Shanks. And they called him the rat. All right? All right. Now, when this is over, all right, I'm going to pull up Jay's reaction. I just need to see that reaction. I need to see this specific panel. I need to see him react to this panel. Okay? We're doing that. I need to see that. I need to see that. Okay. Put him to death. Harold, allow me to introduce you. Huh? This is Shanks. He's the younger brother of Shamrock, separated after birth. He's been through the gauntlets of the lower world, but if entered into a Death's Covenant... But if entered into a Death's Covenant, he'll be an instant boost, likely on the level of Shamrock. For the time being, we'll use him as a devoted blade of God like Hugh. I thought the same thing with Shamrock at first, but Have we met before? Huh. What does that mean? How does he know, like, they've met before? How does he know this? Like, this is insane. I don't know you. Oh, Shanks is playing hardball. Okay, so Shanks is he's acting as a character. He's acting as a character. There's no way Shanks would ever say any of this. I don't know you, you great lumbering peon. How dare you speak to me as if we're equals? I've always had the blood of Figurland in my veins. Mark my words, I'll be a knight before you. Oh, my mistake. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. All right. Okay, okay. No. Okay. So this is Shanks. This is Shanks helping Fisher Tiger. You a knight of God? Question mark. You know that helps. And then, so this is Shanks. So 20 years ago. What year? How many years ago was this? 33? No way. Wait a second. Wait a second. Sorry, I'm rereading through the chapter right now. I'm rereading through the chapter. I'm not finished yet, but 33 years ago. Okay, meanwhile. This just says meanwhile, so it's not literally 33 years ago, I imagine. And then Roger gets executed. How many? Am I insane? $24 years ago. Okay. 24 years ago. All right. That's interesting. So 24 years ago. So Shanks was a teenager. All right. Roger dies. This year, the year Roger dies, he gets this tattoo. And this seems to be the exact same year Roger dies. Shanks is here, unless this is Shamrock. Could easily be Shamrock. But that's very interesting. That is very interesting. If that's the reason that Shanks couldn't... If that's the reason Shanks couldn't get the One Piece with Buggy, he had to go back for some reason. He had to go back. And then 15 years ago. So this is 9 years after Roger dies. Okay. I don't know if I like this. I mean, it's cool. This is obviously Shanks helping Fisher Tiger, and that's cool. But I kind of don't like that Shanks helps Fisher Tiger. I kind of don't. I mean, I do. I do like it. It is cool that Shanks helps Fisher Tiger, but it kind of lowballs Fisher Tiger, making him seem not as cool because it's just making Shanks look cool, if that makes sense. So I'm a bit conflicted on that. Okay, so Shanks is playing a character. Let's continue. All right. Let's go, Shamrock. Tell me more about the Holy Land. I want to be the hero who captures the one responsible for the attack. Any clues? There's still time to do this once your wound is healed, Shanks. You don't know how it feels to learn that you've wasted 24 years of your life. I always knew I was different from the others. I hated everything down there. Okay, so he's obviously playing a character. Obviously. Okay. But now, okay. What is the wound then? Because the wound is Blackbeard's scar. It's literally on his eye. It's everything. But does that mean Blackbeard was at Marie Joie? Because this happens this night. The night that would be insane. That would be an insane reveal, which makes no sense whatsoever. But that would be crazy. So Shanks is here. Shanks helps Fisher Tiger. That's why he's playing this hardball act of, I want to be the hero that captures the one responsible. He's the guy. It's him. Huh. This is crazy, though. This panel here of Saint Shanks, this is unreal. This is unreal. Okay. We'll continue. So I think Harold knows. Harold knows. All right. That year, Fisherman Village in Elbaf. Oh, so this is probably where we're going to go see Ida probably die, because the chapter is called Ida's Sons. It's going to be really depressing. Nope, can't help. I don't know enough about medicine. Let's call Harold and ask him to send a good doctor with proper stuff. You know, Kureha? A lot of people have been theorizing Kureha. That would be crazy. Proper stuff. No, you can't. He's busy with his job. What's a government connection good for, if not this? Just watch. I'll get better on my own. Seems to me you've been getting worse by the day. Harold will be heartbroken if he sees you like this. You run the bar for me, Mato. No, not when you're sick, Ida. You know what Harold does each time he comes home? He visits all the elders and asks to make you his true wife. That fool. I prefer running that little bar, meeting all those sailors from far-off lands. Makes me feel like I've been helping out in my own little way. Okay, dude. Pain. Pain. Alright, Loki. Loki's here. Hey, outsider hag. Loki. Got some fresh meat to feed her. That bar's a nice chill place for me to hang out at. I need it open again. He's gotten bigger, but he's still the same impudent brat inside. You're the only one who can tame that little beast. Hyruden's off with his comrades, searching overseas for a doctor for you. So both of your sons have a lot of love for you. Aw. That's sweet. I don't even know who this dude is. This guy with the helmet and the goggles. Like, I don't think we've ever seen him before. But he's already a good dude. You're all making a big deal out of nothing. I'm just fine. That's real sweet of them, though. And she's gonna die. And she's gonna die by the end of this chapter or something like that. Brewer's Village. Loki's mother's home. Oh, so this is Estrid's home. Wow. Huh? What'd you say? I said we don't want that outsider woman becoming the queen. You agree with that, right, Loki? Estrid's the true queen. She's from our people. They can't take away our fortunate status. So we gave that wench a little poison. These ergot spores won't stop once they've taken root. It's certain death. Wow, this entire village is horrible. I see a bunch of fire happening on this. This is a double page spread. I see a bunch of fire happening. So I'm imagining Loki is just like going crazy. Huh. Motto, get in touch with Harold at once. I will. It doesn't matter if we're not related by blood. Loki's my dear sweet boy, just like Hyrudin is. Loki is killing these people. Like, actually. Ida ain't gonna die. Is she? Oh, this dude's head is like literally like oh, he got messed up. Oh, okay. So Loki's burning this village down. I remember what my real mother did. She cast me out of the tree into the underworld. Oh my god. You want fortune? You people make me sick. Ida ain't gonna die. Is she? Because she's the only mother I have. Ah, oh, bro. Loki's just lonely, that's all. Want to live with us? Yeah. Nah, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. That was genuinely a great chapter. I don't know if I'm going to give that a 10 like I did with a lot of the God Valley stuff, but that was really good. That was awesome. You know, Mom Piece at it again. But I like that this full circle moment because it all started with Estrid turning Loki into this person, and it's like she's almost like haunting his life. You know, like, oh, Estrid's the true queen. She's been dead at this point for like decades, and they're still saying this. And because they're so like focused on that, like, oh, she's one of us, that they're just gonna kill this innocent woman who did nothing wrong, who was just constantly this source of joy in Loki's life. Like Loki, like, look at the way he talks about her when she's not there. She's the only mother I have. And then like look at when she is there. Outsider hag. Like, he can't be vulnerable with people. Which is so, oh my god. That was great. That was a bit short for me, the Ida stuff. That was literally only 4 pages. Could have been more. Not gonna lie. It was nice seeing her a bit throughout the chapter as well. But I don't know. It could have been more. I liked her a lot as a character. I wish she got more of a, I don't know, more of a scene with her and Loki. But I guess, you know, she didn't want them to feel like a burden to her. You know, that she was a burden to them, I guess is the word for it. But overall, man, like, this was a fantastic chapter. I really liked the stuff with Shanks is insane. The Shanks stuff is, I don't fully know what's happening. Gonna be honest, I don't know if he's there next to Sommers in this panel right here. That could be Shamrock, could be Shanks. I don't know. But the wound is the most interesting thing. He has the wound conveniently on the day that Fisher Tiger frees the slaves. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy to me. I don't know. So that was wild. This stuff about the tattoo is crazy, that there's like levels to this, which to me is like I mentioned earlier, there's 8 God's Knights, 5 Gorosei. That's how I think it works. Yeah. No, this was really, really good. I like this. This is cool. Overall, I would definitely give this an 8, maybe a 9. This is a really enjoyable chapter. I loved the stuff with Neptune and Harold. That was very cool, very unexpected. I like that they're friends. I like that a lot. That's very cool. They're probably friends because the Fishmen and the Giants obviously have both very, very bad histories when it comes to people, seeing them as threats. I also thought that was a good through line to have Neptune and then Fisher Tiger and then Shanks. That was very solid roller coaster through line there. It was great seeing Koala. Love seeing her. Love seeing Fisher Tiger. That makes it a 9. Fisher Tiger, that makes it a 9. That was not at all what I expected. That was very cool. Not certain how I feel about Shanks and Fisher Tiger. Not certain how I feel about that. Don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that. That's a bit I'm a bit conflicted on that. Because I feel like that kind of does downplay him. I'm not even going to say it kind of does. I think it does definitively downplay this character. But do I dislike the decision? I don't know. I don't know if I dislike the decision. But it does downplay Fisher Tiger's coolness. But does it though? I mean, it does. It does. It definitively does. Conflicting. I'm very conflicted on that. We're gonna turn the music back on. I realized I had it muted for way longer than I thought it would. I apologize for that. All right, that was great. That was a really great chapter. I think Oda took definitely a lot more time on the Shanks stuff than the Ida stuff, which I'm fine with. I just wish Ida got a bit more spotlight. Alright, now that I'm done reading the chapter, I can read the chat. Will the Dream says, they/Oda just possibly ruined Fisher Tiger. Possibly denying he climbed the red line as fake hype. Just to give Shanks more status he doesn't need. Oh, so you think... I think he definitely climbed the red line. Don't get me wrong. I think he definitely did that. But if Shanks was helping him the entire time, it's not unlikely. Well, he wasn't helping him the whole time. He clearly wasn't, because he was a slave. Wait, he was a slave. Oh, he was a slave. I didn't even fully think about that. So he didn't climb the red line at all. He's a slave. Hold on. Fisher Tiger intro chapter. Wow, that's crazy. 521. All right. $521. That is volume what? Volume what? 53. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. 51. Literally right here. Right. Oh no, it said 53. What am I talking about? Alright. Excuse me. $521 right there. Alright. It's around here at the end. Okay. So she's talking about her backstory, the hoof of the celestial dragon. Here we go. Then one night, after 4 years, an incident occurred that shocked even the world government. It has always been accepted as fact that no one could stand against the celestial dragons, but one man climbed the red line with his bare hands and entered Merijois, the sanctuary of the celestial dragons, alone. He was the future leader of the Fishermen Pirates and the great adventurer Fisher Tiger. He had come to that city where so many fishermen had suffered to free the slaves. He wreaked havoc throughout Merijois. Though he hated humans as a species, he saved thousands of slaves without regard for who or what they were. We fled too, fueled by desperate hope. The debt we owe Fisher Tiger can never be repaid. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. Yeah, he was a slave. He escaped. Then he climbed back. See, I get it. I get... If he was a slave and climbed back... If he was a slave and climbed back, then why does he still have the handcuffs on? And the thing. The, like, neck brace. Why does he have it on still? Because we saw in Saudi Archipelago, the dude who tried to take it off, his head just blew up. We saw that. So that's obviously a possibility. It's a possibility that that could happen if he tried to take it off. But Shanks breaks it off. Which is cool, because that kind of is a parallel to Rayleigh. Which is, that's fun. I like that. I do like that. But to me, showing him with the chains could also dissuade the idea that he even climbed up it in the first place, which I don't like. Because I didn't even think about that. I've left the armory unlocked. Here's how to get there. Like, I'm fine with someone helping him, but then it starts to be like, okay, how much of the story is actually real? And then how much of the story is, like, fabricated, folklore, mythical-esque vibes? Because that, you know, obviously in the people's minds, he's going to be this mythical figure guy, this, like, hero, you know? But that, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. Which is annoying. It's definitely not fake hype. He still freed thousands of people, but the fact he was only able to do it because he worked with someone else. But he was still... Okay, but... Let's think about this regardless, right? Without Shanks helping, it still says, my slaves have escaped. They've broken their cages open. Get out, hurry. You want to spend your life in chains? That's definitely Fisher Tiger saying that line. I would imagine. That's Fisher Tiger saying, get out, hurry. You want to spend your life in chains. If it somehow turns out that the one who actually freed these slaves is Shanks, that is horrible. That would genuinely be horrible. Yeah. Don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, him not, because he's still in the cuffs, so it's just as likely that that could be fake as well. The idea that he climbed up it, because that's like some mythical level, like, insane thing. You can't even imagine that. And we only have seen that from one person, which is Kuma. You know, and Kuma is directly meant to parallel Fisher Tiger in that moment. That's the entire intent of that scene, of Kuma climbing up the red line. But like, that's a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of a weird one, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we're checking Fisher Tiger's wiki now. 521, but where's the chapter? Where's the flashback at? It's like 6 something. 6. Sorry about that. It's like 620 something, right? Hmm. 620 something. 620. All right, perfect. All right. 620, which is probably the one with him on the cover, obviously, which is this one. Wow, my memory's insane. All right. So, Okay. 620. Vanderdecken, oh my god. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, the one. Alright, so Jinbei's talking about how he released Arlong. 620, come on. Talk about Arlong. Whitebeard. There we go. Alright. We're getting the Fish Tiger flashback now. Okay. Alright, Orihime. Where's Fisher Tiger? There we go. Arlong and Jinbei. That's definitely possible. The fact that he could have went back to save more. That's definitely possible. Okay. Jinbei and Arlong. Okay. I need to see him. Okay. Alright. So let's look here. Alright, here we go. Alright. Nothing like you. Jinbei, Arlong, you two look well. It's Tiger. Tell us about your adventures. This voyage was a long one. Aye, and eventful. I have some business at Ryugu Palace. And Fisher Tiger made fisherman districts like safer. But a major incident occurred that made everyone wonder. It was Fisher Tiger's raid on sacred Meijuo. After that, he was hailed as the hero who freed the slaves and reviled as the greatest criminal in the world. With the world government after Fisher Tiger's head, the citizens of the Fishman District rose up to protect him. So that the liberated slaves might blend in more easily, everyone received the sun brand that covered the brand of the slaves, and thus the sun pirates were fishmen were formed. Warships of the Navy kept attacking and were sunk one after another. Alright. Yeah, some pirates. Alright, here we go. He showed up the Celestial Dragons. Nobody ever did that before. Fisher Tiger is the hero of Fishman Island. Okay, but this is... Okay. This implies here. So we have Neptune with the thought bubble. You want to free the slaves? I can't stand it. Being a slave is a living hell. It's not right to treat people like chattel. I've already made up my mind. What did you see on your last journey? Human nature. Oh my god. Yeah, don't. I'm a bit conflicted, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Because he has so many moments, like this moment here. The thing I fear most is the demon inside me. Like, because he has that hate, he has that anger and that hate and everything, and it feels like diminished if, I don't know if they're gonna talk about this much more, so I'm a bit conflicted on it. I don't know. It's very interesting. This is very, very interesting. If we allow hate to drive us to avenge ourselves, it will only lead the humans to retaliate with even greater brutality. Innocent fishermen will suffer for our deeds. Do you understand? We will fight and rob those who attack us, but we will never cross that final line and never kill. Like, Let's stuff with koala. No. Yeah, here we go. No, I'd rather die than have their blood inside me. Blood is unclean. It's the blood of persecutors. I won't be indebted to them. I won't accept any sympathy from them. I will never yield to them. I didn't want to tell you, but on my last journey, not long after I left on that journey, I was captured. I spent several years on Marie Joie. I was a slave. There I witnessed the barbarity of humans. I barely escaped with my life, but I couldn't bear to abandon the other slaves. Listen to me. I lived the life I wanted, and everything I did went against what Queen Otohime wanted to accomplish. She is right. Of course everyone wants peace. Okay, I barely escaped with my life, but I couldn't bear to abandon the other slaves. So, he definitely... Okay, from that to me is saying, okay, he definitely did want to free the slaves. He definitely did. He couldn't bear to abandon the other slaves. He couldn't bear to abandon them. So, Fisher Tiger is going to free other slaves. So that's definitely him at the start. Him at the start freeing the slaves here. Slaves have escaped. They've broken their cages open. And that's him saying, get out, hurry. You want to spend your life in chains. And then he's so in disbelief because why are one of them helping me? So, okay. So Fisher Tiger still did do all that, but Shanks helped him, right? So it wasn't like, but the climbing the mountain thing though. That's like that I don't know. All right. I will think on this more. Because that is something that's like, that's very like, to my One Piece experience, that flashback is like really integral to what I think makes One Piece such a phenomenal series. This specific scene with Fisher Tiger and Koala and everything, like this moment here, I think is one of the most like integral moments when it comes to like what One Piece is about, you know, like the flashback and everything. But this is obviously the inciting for that. So this is very, very interesting to me. Okay, I see some responses here. Okay. Do you think Mosa is Shirahoshi or Neptune? That's interesting. I mean, honestly, with the Shirahoshi thing, because I don't think a lot of us expected them to have them show up in the flashback. You know, Neptune literally show up. It definitely adds fuel to the Shirahoshi theory. It definitely does. But Neptune's also interesting. That's also very interesting. So I'm down for either. Because I thought it might have possibly been Ida, but now she's obviously dead. But that's very interesting. Personally, I always assume someone helped Fisher Tiger, so it doesn't change anything for me. Breaking him Rijwa and leaving alive is a crazy feat, but then he dies to Strawberry. Yeah, Luffy draws from Tiger climbing to me, and Luffy's progress to match defeats these grave saviors. Yeah, Will of Dreams, I completely agree with you there. The Drum Island climbing the mountain is definitely also meant to parallel him climbing the Red Line, because it's like the Red Line is so much larger than Drum Island. But it's like, oh, this is the level where these guys are on, and we've seen Luffy do things similar to these guys. So, I mean, regardless of if he did it or not, now we've seen Kuma do it, and Kuma is obviously meant to be like the guy who wants to uplift Luffy, which is also cool. But I do think it would be cool if he did it still, because obviously Kuma was supposed to be based on Fisher Tiger doing it, because Fisher Tiger freed the slaves, Kuma was a slave, and so was Fisher Tiger, you know, all that. My interpretation is just that Fisher Tiger escaped, probably jumped off, and then thought I should save them and climb back up. That'd be cool. The thing we were told is he was a slave, escaped, and decided to go back. We weren't told the timeline. That clearly but must be quick if he was still in the chains. Yeah, I agree. I think I would like it if he did climb up. I wish we just saw him do it, you know? That I think would be good, because I don't want it to just be some hearsay mythicality-ness of it. I want him to do it. I don't know. Obviously, that's a bit like... It's a bit like I need to see the feat. You know, I'm not trying to be like a power scaler or whatever, but I do want to know, like, did it actually happen? You know, at this point, what is the truth of the story? I want to know. You think Harold could have given Neptune or Loki his long-range dead then Mushi, and that is what's being used to have Loki talk to them. That I love. I love that, because we have this scene right here with Garling saying, keep it long distance snail, and then literally next scene, we're at one of the furthest places in the whole world, Fisherman Island. I like that a lot, actually. I really, really like that. And they're talking about Loki and Shirahoshi as well. Like, that's really cool. I like that. Alright, but the timing is pretty perfect. I did have to do something at 1:30. It's 1:28, so perfect. That was a really great chapter. That was a really great chapter. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Cannot believe there's a chapter next week. Cannot believe that after the Shank stuff. So we're probably going to see a lot more of that, as well as Harold. Actually, probably Loki. We're probably going to see Loki next chapter because this stuff with Ida was really sad, and we're now in the baggage era of Loki, where he's going to start going crazy, probably causing a lot of havoc on the sea, and Shanks and Loki are probably going to have to fight, which will be crazy. That'll be really cool. We're probably not going to see Shanks and Loki fight for a while, but you know. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I've been having a week. Let's say that I've been having a week, so I've been kind of in a bleh mood. But this chapter and talk with you guys has really helped lift my spirits. So I truly do appreciate this more than you guys might realize. This is a phenomenal chapter, and I'm really glad I was able to read it with you guys. So thank you. But with that, that'll be it from me. I did say I was going to watch Jay's reaction. I will do that off, and I will put my thoughts on it in the Discord, because I need to see Jay react to the rat panel. I need to see that. I'll probably just message him too. I mean, I have his number. All right. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure you guys have a good one. You know, it's been a long weekend for most of us, and now we got the grind set on Monday. So yeah. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and have a good one.